Hey everyone, Dr. Frunkey here with a knife testing video. So this is the first time I've done this on the channel, and maybe I'll do this some more in the future, but I wanted to do this video in response to something that I saw on Instagram. So what I have in front of me is the Native 5 lightweight and Maxamet steel from Spyderco. This is a great knife. I was very excited to see them putting Maxamet steel into a regular production knife. That was because I had been using the Spyderco Mule Team 24 in Maxamet steel. I have loved this knife around the house. I got a friend of mine to put a nice wicked edge on there, and it has been slicing amazingly well and kept that edge without any chips or breaks or anything for a while. However, recently my good buddy Nick Shabazz posted a picture on his Instagram where his Native 5 Maxamet had developed some chips after cutting through a bunch of cardboard. Now, he admitted that the cardboard did have a few staples in it, but the picture was fairly dramatic in terms of the chips. Now, I've already used this knife quite a bit, and I just wanted to go ahead and show you the edge that it's got right now. This is still the factory edge, so I'm going to show you kind of how it slices through some magazine paper. Super smooth edge. No issues with the slicing going on there. So what I've done is I've cut some slats of cardboard here, and what I'm going to do is try to, on video, run through a whole bunch of pieces of cardboard to show you how the edge will sort of hold up after a bunch of use. So I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting. Now, this blade is really sharp, and it will just power through this cardboard all day long. And so, but we're going to get a lot of cuts in here through a whole lot of cardboard. So if you want to speed through this part of the video, you can. I'll try to talk over what I'm doing here, but just slicing through this cardboard. Really nice edge on this knife. Able to just power through, especially with that forward finger choil. It's really nice. So getting through here. This is some thick cardboard. This is from an Amazon Prime box. I'm not going to be doing any real measuring or anything like that. You know, some people do really rigorous tests and things like that, but we're just going to keep cutting and just see if this causes the fineness of that edge to affect that sort of magazine paper cutting. So this is much easier to cut when you have a right angle and enough grip on the cardboard. So here we go. It's cutting really nicely, though. I will say this Maxamet steel is some good stuff. In case you were wondering if this came sharp from the Spyderco factory, this is totally just the factory edge here. Nice stuff. Super tough cardboard we're cutting through. This is, 2-ply, 3-ply. It's got that stuff in the middle. This is just powering through, no problems at all. Got 2 more slats here. We're going to go through all this. I'm going to put this to real work here. We're going to get a real test going here. There's a reason that I like this Maxamet steel. It's high in tungsten and vanadium. Makes these really interesting carbides, and it's made using a micro melt technology by I believe it's Crucible makes this steel. I could be wrong. Might be a Carpenter steel, but it's super nice. It's very hard. They got these up to about 69 or even 70 Rockwell. I think someone said they tested their Native 5 and it came in at about 70 Rockwell. So here's our last slat here of the cardboard. Just been cutting this whole time. Just really hard cutting. It's got some paper on the other side of it. This edge doesn't seem to have dulled up even a little bit through all this. Still just going through it. Any inconsistencies I've got with how it goes through is really due to my cutting technique more than anything else. Good. We're really getting through it now. Oh, that's just my cutting. Alright, there we go. So that's a whole lot of cardboard we just cut through. Now, time for a little test here. Let's go ahead and wipe off the edge here with a little microfiber cloth. Good. Any residual pieces there? Cut through some paper. Cut through some of that. So that same sheet of paper that I used at the beginning of the test, let's see what the edge is like now. Uh-oh. There we go. straight through it. Okay, again, really it has to do with my cutting technique. Okay. Oh, there may be a couple of spots where it's catching. Let's see here. Let's try it on a fresh sheet right here. Oh, no, that's still pretty darn good. That's just cutting straight through it. I don't know that it really developed any major chips. I'm not really feeling it. Let's see if we can see any. Let's get the cloth back out here. Definitely got some use there. Not seeing any obvious chips going on there. His picture was pretty dramatic in that it showed some pretty significant chips, but oh, that's pretty good still. I mean, I don't think that that's really changed a whole lot from where it was at the beginning. Some of this just has to do with my cutting ability. I don't think it's quite as perfect, but that was a whole lot of cardboard I just powered through. A lot of this is, again, my cutting technique and how I'm holding it behind the camera. So, I'm just pushing the paper. Well, I do think that it probably affected the edge a little bit here, but I'm not sure that it really created any chips. I just may need to get the edge a little bit tuned up there. So, that's how the Maxamet steel handled a whole bunch of cardboard. It still does slice really nicely through the paper, but there may be a couple of small irregularities in the edge there now. So maybe this was slightly informative for you. I don't think that this chipped quite as badly. If there had been some staples in there, maybe it would have been worse. But honestly, I still think this is slicing pretty well. You know, as I always do, there's never enough paper to be cut. So why don't I just grab even another sheet of paper? I'm still not convinced that this is totally dulled or anything yet. Yeah, it slices pretty well. I don't know that it's 100% as smooth as it was, and it seems like maybe back here where I was really power cutting through it might have dulled a little bit. But it really did work through that cardboard pretty nicely. Let's see. I think that's pretty solid. I'm not really disappointed with that performance at all. So definitely liking the Maxamet steel. I may end up putting a custom edge on it myself and see how that carries it out. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope this video was somewhat informative. No chips on the blade, but it did dull just a little bit with all that cardboard cutting. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Dr. Frunkey saying take care. Hey everyone, quick little addition I wanted to make here to show you that after I cleaned off all the adhesive and all the gunk that had sort of built up on the blade, sort of how well this edge still cuts. So again, I'm going to try to do this on camera. So still a remarkably sharp blade, really without any chips or any problems. So I think that the adhesive and all that stuff had kind of gunked it up and made it look like it wasn't cutting quite as well on my video there, when in fact it's cutting really, really well still. So great steel, this Maxamet. Didn't chip at all, and honestly I'm not sure that it really dulled any appreciable amount. This is still cutting really, really nicely. So love this Maxamet steel. Thanks. Take care, guys.